Hey, welcome. If you've bought an iPhone in the last few years, you've probably had that moment. You open the box, you're all excited, and then you think, wait a minute, where's the charger? Well, today we are going to unravel that exact mystery. Was this a noble move to save the planet? Or was it a really, really smart way to make billions? Let's get into it.
So let's just get right to the point, Howie. Is it even possible? Could removing a simple little power adapter from a box actually be a multi-billion-dollar strategy? I know, it sounds a little bit like a corporate conspiracy theory, but we're about to run the numbers and you can see for yourself if they add up.
Okay, so let's go back in time a little bit, to 2020. The iPhone 12 comes out and boom, Apple drops this huge announcement. From now on, there's going to be no charger and no earpods in the box. And what was their official reason? It was all for the good of the planet.
Yeah, so Apple's whole story was that this was a major step forward for the environment. The official line was all about reducing carbon emissions, cutting down on e-waste, all good stuff.
The message couldn't have been clearer. We're doing this to protect our planet. And that's a great cause, right? For sure. But what if the green they were talking about wasn't just about the environment, but also about the green of cold, hard cash? Let's follow the money.
All right, let's really get into the nitty-gritty. How does one tiny charger turn into a billion-dollar bonanza? Well, the formula is actually surprisingly simple, but the numbers, as you'll see, are absolutely massive.
So check this out. By just not including the charger and the earphones, experts estimate Apple is saving somewhere between $4 and $6 on every single iPhone. And you might be thinking, that's it? $4? But just wait and see where this goes.
Now, you have to think about scale. Apple sells over 200 million iPhones every single year. I mean, that is just a staggering number of phones. And that's where those small little savings start to become very, very big.
And here is where it all clicks into place. You take that $4 to $6 saved per phone, you multiply it by over 200 million phones, and all of a sudden, you're not talking about saving a few bucks anymore. You're talking about billions, all from just taking a couple of things out of a box.
But hold on, the story does not end there. Oh no, we are just getting started. See, removing those accessories created this domino effect, which led to even bigger savings in a place you would probably never expect, the shipping. Just look at the difference here. The old iPhone box had the whole set, right? The phone, the cable, the charger, the earphones. The new one? Just the phone and the cable. And this one little change, it opened the door for them to completely redesign the packaging.
And the result of that redesign? Get this, a 70% smaller iPhone box. That's right, 70. This huge reduction in size and materials was really the key that unlocked a whole new level of savings.
So how does a smaller box lead to more money? It's pretty simple, actually. First, less packaging means lower material costs. Obvious, but the real game changer is that you can fit so many more iPhones onto a single shipping pallet. We're talking about a potential 60 to 70% cut in shipping costs. That is enormous.
So Apple is just raking it in, right? Billions saved on making the phones, billions more saved on shipping them. But what about you, the customer who, actually needs a charger? Oh, don't you worry. Apple's got you covered, for a price, of course.
And this is the catch. The new cable that comes in the box is a USB-C cable. But your old charger, the one you probably have a dozen of, that's almost certainly the classic bigger USB-A port. They just don't fit together. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It's not happening.
So what are you supposed to do? Well, you pretty much have to go out and buy a new charger. And guess who's right there, waiting to sell you one for a cool $19? You guessed it, Apple. Cha-ching. Just like that, a whole new revenue stream is born.
Okay, let's pull all these threads together. We've got billions saved from taking things out of the box. We have billions more saved on shipping. And on top of that, millions in new revenue from selling those exact same accessories separately. It kind of makes you want to go back and look at that whole environmental claim again, doesn't it?
So what's the grand total of all this? Well, according to one report, by 2022, Apple had already pocketed a cool $6.5 billion from this one decision, and you can bet that number has only gone up since.
And here's the real kicker. With all these massive savings for Apple, did the price of the iPhone ever go down? Nope, not by a single penny. The accessories disappeared, the savings went straight to Apple's bottom line, and the profits just soared. There's actually a word for this. It's called greenwashing. It's when a company says all the right things about being eco-friendly, but their actions are really more about making money. So the big question is that what Apple did here?
And let's just use some common sense for a second. Every single time somebody has to buy a new charger separately, that means another box, another product being manufactured, another shipment, another delivery truck on the road. Is that really, truly better for the planet?
So that's it. We've followed the money trail, and at the end of it, we're left with this question. Was this a stroke of business genius, a masterclass in boosting profits, disguised as environmentalism? Or was it just a clever scam? The numbers are all there, but the final call? Well, that's up to you.